Hi, Peter Boolkah here, and welcome to today's edition of the Transition Guy. Now, today I want to talk to you about the importance of having a positive mindset, but more importantly, taking care of your mind. When I was having a conversation with a friend of mine recently, it was like a 6-monthly catch-up. He's a business owner, and we were just talking. I was asking how things have been, and it was quite interesting. He was saying that things have been really tough, that actually there had been times where he's been totally defocused, his mind's not been where it needs to be, he's not necessarily had the level of motivation that he normally has. This is quite a driven person. So I asked him the question, well, what are you feeding your mind? And he kind of looked at me, so what do you mean, what am I feeding my mind? Well, exactly that. What are you feeding your mind? What are you putting into your mind? And I use the example, you go to the gym, you obviously take care of your body, you're quite conscientious about the nutrition you take in, but what are you actually doing for your brain? Because at the end of the day, if you had a really bad diet and just had processed junk food, that would have a negative impact on the way that your body operates. And actually that just would probably have a negative impact on the way that your head operates. Well, do you not think that if you're feeding your brain the wrong stuff, that can have a negative impact, not only on your mental state, but actually on your physical state? I asked him a question, so what is it that you are watching right now? What are you listening to? And unfortunately, the answer I got back was predominantly the news. Because obviously with the whole COVID situation, looking for actually when's it going to end, etc. But the reality is it's not going to end anytime soon. And I asked him, so what are you getting out of the news? And he said to me, it's really depressing. It's really bad. It's actually making me feel quite low. So I'm saying to him, well, why are you continuously watching it? And didn't have an answer to that. It was like the news was a drug. And we all know that unfortunately, the news just doesn't have the ability to sort of talk about anything positive. I mean, it is literally a drama machine that makes you want to go and hang yourself from the rafters. And I said to him, well, you're not reading your books, obviously. You're not reading any sort of business books. You're not reading anything that's going to empower you. All you're doing is taking on the information that is depressing you. You're not listening to the right podcasts, anything like that. You're not doing any meditation. You're not doing anything to quiet the mind. In fact, you're not really doing anything to take care of your mind. And my question to everybody is, what rituals do you have in place to take care of your mind? Because the reality is this, things are tough. There is sort of no argument that 2020 has been an absolute struggle for so many people. Even the strongest, most resilient people at times have found it tough. The difference with those people is their ability to bounce back quickly. So yeah, we all get down. Absolutely. I get down. It's hard not to. But the question is going to be, what do you have in place to bring you back up really quickly? If you're following all the social channels and it's all the negativity, that's going to rub off on you. Whereas if you try to cut yourself away from all the negativity, just read positive stuff, believe you me, it's not all bad out there. It really isn't. There is so much opportunity. Yeah, listen, COVID has changed the way that we think, the way that we behave, the way that we work, granted. But those people that are doing really well right now, guess what they've done? They have not looked at COVID and said, okay, do you know what, the numbers keep going up, that's all I'm going to be focusing on. They're focusing on where are the opportunities. Yeah, we've had to work differently, but how can they make it work from them? How can they sort of read the right books, keep the right frame of mind? Listen to the positive people out there, the people with a can-do attitude, not the people that have a can't-do attitude. And when you've got that kind of information coming into you all the time, and you are ignoring the negativity, I'm not saying that you can't be aware of what's going on out there, but don't get consumed by it. Because at the end of the day, if you're consumed about the lack of testing, this, that and the other, you're just going to be paralyzed. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to look at the opportunities. You're just going to be totally depressed by it all. While if you're out there listening to the right books, educating yourself, looking at how other people are succeeding, listening to the podcasts, webinars, whatever, fill your head with all the right stuff, meditate, calm yourself down, take care of yourself, do you not think you're going to see all the opportunities out there? Absolutely. There's no point taking care of your body, taking care of your physical sort of fitness if you don't take care of your mental fitness. So mindset is absolutely crucial now more than ever. Now, if anything I've spoken to about today resonates with you, head over to boolkah.com and get in touch. If you've got any comments around mindset, please leave them in the comments section. If you've loved today's episode, I would really appreciate it if you would like it, share it, and if you want to stay in touch with all the latest releases, we always release something once a week. Subscribe, and remember, failing to learn is learning to fail. Please stay safe.